In Parashas Mishpatim, we learn about the ganav that comes b'machteres. The ganav comes in the middle of the night. Rashi in Sanhedrin Daf Ayin Beis Amud Aleph says, what if it's a father that comes to his son's house? Because of a suffix, the son should not kill the ganav, should not kill his own father, because vadai rachmei ha'av al beno. For sure, the father loves his son, he's not going to kill him. However, if it's the reverse and the son comes to his father's house, and how much more so if it's someone who is not a relative, kill the ganav. Why? Adasa dehachi asa. It's vaday, it's sure that the ganav came, ready, willing, and able to kill the person. If he's going to say, whoa, wait a second, you can't come in here, you can't steal, he's going to try to fight him, the ganav will kill him and therefore kill him first. But what about a mother that comes to her son's house? Is her halachic status just like the father? And for sure she won't kill her son. She loves him just like the father, or maybe not. Writes the Mabit, Chelek Aleph Simin Shin Lamed Tes. I say, that's the language of the Mabit, that the Torah, Yarda lesof das, av ulesof das, em utfei, rachim av leben, me'em al haben. Says the Mabit, the Torah knows that the father loves his son more so that the mother loves her son. Where does he get it from? He has two psukim. A pasuk in Tehillim Kuf Gimel, pasuk Yud Gimel. Kerachem av al banim. The pasuk doesn't say kerachem em al banim, like the mercy, like the love of the father towards his son. It doesn't say anything about the mother. And there's another pasuk in Eicha Dalet pasuk Yud, Yedei nashim rachmaniyos bishlu yaldeihen. The hands of merciful women cooked their own kids at the time of destruction. They were so hungry. It doesn't say that fathers can do that. It only talks about the mother. You see from the Mabit that the father loves his son more so than the mother does. However, in Shalos Teshuvos Maharam ben Chaviv, about 400 years ago, the chief rabbi of Eretz Yisrael, a Rosh Yeshiva in Yerushalayim, he argues with the Mabit and he brings proofs that it's clear that the mother loves her son not less than the father. And then he says it could be that she actually loves her son more so than the father does. But what are we going to do with the pasuk that the Mabit brought? The hands of merciful women cook their own sons. That comes to bring a proof that even though normally the mother has more mercy, has more love towards her son, but at the time of the destruction, even the mothers came to a point where they actually cooked their own sons in order to eat. So who has more mercy for the kids, the father or the mother? Who loves them more? Whom do the kids love more, their father or their mother? The Medrash says in Psikta de Rav Kahana, Omar Shmuel, Darko shel av lerachem. It's the way of the father to have more mercy, as the pasuk says, Kerachem av al banim, the pasuk which we quoted from Tehillim Kuf Gimel, pasuk Yud Gimel. But it's the way of the mother, V'darka shel em lenachem, to console her kids, as the pasuk in Yishaya Samech Vav Yud Gimel says, Keish asher imo tenachamenu. So the father has rachamim, the mother gives nechama. The Radak in his commentary to that pasuk, Kerachem av al banim, writes, Ki ein rachamim gedolim kerachamei ha'av al haben. There is nothing like the rachamim that a father shows to his son. Rabbeinu Bechaya in Bereshis Beis Rav Gimel, the Rikanti in Bereshis Lamed from the Rishonim, they write, Midas Hadin, strict judgment, is attributed to the mother. As the pasuk in Mishlei Lamed Aleph writes, Masa asher yisartoi imoi. Midas Rachamim has to do with the father, as the pasuk says, Kerachem av al banim. And what they both write is al pi Kabbalah, al pi Hasod. So what should one prefer? Is it better to have sons or daughters? We see different sources about that in Chazal. Baba Basra Daf Tes Zayin Amud Beis. Reb Shimon had a daughter. Have a kachalish daite. He wasn't so happy. So his father came to him and said to him, Revia ba la'olam. Rashi explains, when a daughter is born, you will have kids faster than when you have sons. But the Gemara continues. Makapa said to Reb Shimon, you should know, Tanchumin shel hevel nichamcha avuch. What your father told you is not so. Because it says, Efshar la'olam belo zcharim uvelo nekevos. You can't run the world without boys and girls. However, Ashrav lemi shebanav zcharim, praiseworthy is a person whose sons are zcharim. Oilo, woe to the person, lemishe banav nekevos. And this is brought in Psachim Samechei Amud Aleph and Kiddushin Pei Beis Amud Beis. The Meiri over there in Kiddushin explains, we're not talking about comparing boys and girls. We're comparing boys to boys. Praiseworthy is a person whose sons behave like male, like Zcharim. And woe to a person who has sons who conduct themselves as if they are Nekevos. Baba Basa Daf Tezayin Amud Beis, the Gemara says, Kevan shenoldu banois ba meriva laolam. When daughters are born, there is fight, there is quarrel. In Nida Daf Lamed Aleph Amud Beis, Chazal say, Kevan sheba zachar laolam, when a baby boy is born, ba shalom laolam, peace comes to the world. The Gemara continues and says, ba zachar laolam, his loaf of bread comes along with him. The Gemara continues there and says, Noilat zachar hakol smeichim bo. When a baby boy is born, everybody is happy. However, Noilda nekeva hakol atzevim ba. When a daughter is born, everybody is sad. Why is that? The Maharsha explains. We're talking about the simcha that the mother has. The mother had terrible childbirth pain. It was so difficult for her, so she's happy when she has a boy because she realizes this boy is not going to have the same pain that she had. But when her daughter is born, when a baby girl is born, she is sad because she realizes this daughter will have to endure the same pain that she went through. In Sanhedrin Samech Gimel Amud Beis, Amar Rabbi Elazar, Ke Adam sheyesh lo ga'aguin al beno. It doesn't say over his daughter, it says over his son. Or HaChaim HaKodesh, Bereshis Chav Beis Beis. En lecha davar shechaviv belev Adam ke ahavas habanim. There's nothing more greater than the love of one to his sons. Baba Basa, however, Daf Kuf Mem Aleph Amud Aleph, Rav Chizda said, Bas Tchila, if a baby girl is born first, it's a good semen. It's a semen to have sons. And some explain the reason is because there's not going to be any ayin hara over his sons when they are born because there's already a daughter, so nobody pays attention later to the boys, and there's not going to be any ayin hara. But Rav Chizda adds and he says, Etzli, by me, ledidi, bantan adifale mibane. I prefer my daughters over my sons. But why is that? Machloikes Rashi and Tosfos. Rashi explains, Rav Chizda didn't merit that his sons will continue living. They died young, so he preferred his daughters. But the Tosfos don't agree with Rashi, and they say, it doesn't seem like this because we find that Rav Chizda had many sons. In Baba Basa Daf Ches, we learn about Rav Nachman, the son of Rav Chizda. In Daf Zayin, we learn about Maria Nuka and Mark Shisha, the sons of Rav Chizda. In Avodah Zarah Daf Yudalef, we learn about Rav Chanan, the son of Rav Chizda. And we find Rav Meri and Rav Pinchas, the sons of Rav Chizda, in Baba Kama Daf Kuf Yud Zayin. So why did he prefer the daughters? The Tosfos explain, because his daughters married Gedoyle Hadoir, Rava, Rav Meri Bar Chama, Mar Ukvar Bar Chama, and therefore he preferred his daughters because they brought to his family Gedoyle Yisrael. So whom does the son love more, his father or his mother? There's a Mishnah in Masechet Shabbos Daf Samech Vav Amud Beis. The Mishnah says, Habanim yoitzim biksharim. Sons are allowed to go out with a tie, with a knot on Shabbos. What does this mean? The Bartenua explains. A son who's missing his father. The father takes his right shoelace and ties it on his son's left side, and as long as this is tied on his arm or wherever he tied it, the son will be fine and he won't miss his father so much. And this is a sgula. That is what the Bartenua writes, and that is why the Mishnah wrote banim, sons, she'en labanos ga'aguim alavihen kemo habanim, because daughters don't miss their fathers like sons do. Whom does the daughter love more? Whom does the mother love more? Parshas Chayei Sarah, Bereshis Chav Daled, Pasuk Hafres, the Pasuk says, Vataratz Hanara, Rivka ran, Vataged lebeis ima, and she told her mother's household, Kadvarim ha'ele, Bereshis Rabba, and this, Parshas Samech Ois Zayin, Amar Rabbi Yochanan, En ha'isha regila, ela lebeis ima. It seems that the daughter will always run to her mother, not to her father. The Chassam Sofer writes, it's the way of women, Derech Hanashim, to have more enjoyment from their daughters, because they are usually together. As Rashi explains on this pasuk, but in Medrash Tanchuma in Tazria Siman Aleph, the Medrash says, Amar Rabbi Abahu, Atinok yoytze mimi imo male ririn umale dam. Baby comes out, his mother's womb is full of blood. Vehen mechabevim oisoy, but everybody likes him. And so is the minag. Vehen minag kol isha. Every woman that gives birth, shetaylet, mechabevin oiso havlad, they love their kids that come out of them. V'chol sheken, how much more so imhu zachar, and how much more so if the baby is a baby boy. So do fathers love their sons more than their kids love them, or not? The Ostrov Rebbe and the Tosefes Bracha as well, they both explain. Everything that we have in our DNA, in our genetic makeup, is a Yerusha, inheritance from Adam HaRishon. Adam HaRishon had kids and he loved them. Adam HaRishon didn't have parents to love. And therefore, since everything we have is from Adam HaRishon, we have naturally more love towards our kids than kids have towards their parents. So it seems from what we started with in Sanhedrin Ayin Beis Amud Aleph, we saw a proof that a father loves his son more so than the son loves his father, because when the father breaks into his son's house, the son should not kill his father because his father has rachamim and love towards him. He's not going to kill him, but when the son tries to break into his father's house, he may kill his father. The Shlah HaKodosh writes in Shara Oisios Ois Daled, there's a mashal to that. Av echad mefarnes asara banav be'ahava uveratzon. A father can provide for 10 of his sons with great love. Ve'asara banim, however, 10 sons sometimes don't take care of one father. So does the father love himself more than he loves his son, or he loves his son more than he loves himself? In Shalas Teshuvas Haravan, in Siman Lamed Zayin, he writes, it's a machloikes, Rabbi Akiva and Ben Azai and Bereish Yisra. But Rabbi Akiva holds, a father loves himself more so than he loves his son. But Ben Azai holds no. The father loves his son more than he loves himself. He writes on that we should love all our kids, and all our kids should love us.